We're watching a republic perish before our eyes, and along with it, the dreams of 40 million people. The new Islamic emirate is turning Afghanistan into Taliban country. It's not a democracy, it's not a republic, it's certainly not a welfare state. So what is it? Well, the Taliban won't say. They're keeping the whole world and Afghanistan waiting. Today, the Taliban held press conference number 2. If the first one was a sermon, this one was a victory lap. The spokesperson boasted about perfect law and order. He said there was no crime on the streets. Must be talking about a different Kabul. Because our reports tell another story. Coalition allies are being hunted by the Taliban. Women are being sacked from their jobs without reason. Sounds like fear, not law and order. How long can this continue? Afghanistan is facing a massive refugee crisis. The country will run out of food by September, next month. But the Taliban are in no hurry. They don't see why forming a government is important to govern. The question is, what exactly are the Taliban waiting for? Probably the Americans to leave. Just think about it. They made military plans to topple a government, but forgot to discuss the new regime. It seems unlikely. Once the last American soldier leaves, the new government will be announced. It tells you why the Taliban calls August 31st a red line.
We want them to evacuate all foreign nationals by the 31st of August. And we are not in favor of allowing Afghans to leave.
The first Taliban regime had an emir, sort of like a supreme leader. Back in the 1990s, it was their co-founder, Mullah Omar. Reports say this time there will be no emir. Instead, a council is likely to rule Afghanistan. It'll be a 12-member council, we are told. The obvious question is, who makes the cut? Who will be these 12 people? Most of them are likely to be top Taliban leaders. A few docile officials of the ousted government may also be included. But don't mistake this for inclusivity. The Taliban are putting on a show for the global community. If they need diplomatic recognition, they have to fake inclusivity. This 12-member council is not made up of equals. The real power lies with 3 men. Mullah Abdul Ghani Baradar, the Taliban's co-founder, Mullah Muhammad Yaqub, son of Mullah Omar, and Khalil Haqqani, a senior leader of the Haqqani network, the terror group. These men have been in and out of jails. They have made cameos on foreign terror lists. They're wanted in multiple terrorist investigations. And now they will rule Afghanistan. How many countries will recognize this regime? Well, I can think of 3. 3 countries who still run their embassies in Kabul: China, Pakistan, and Russia. Iran is also a likely candidate. They have resumed oil export to Afghanistan. And that too with a 70% tariff cut from the Taliban. What about Western democracies? They're waiting and watching, but don't underestimate the West's self-serving policies. Reports say CIA Chief William Burns was in Kabul recently. He met Mullah Baradar at the presidential palace. Our correspondent Anas Malik asked the Taliban spokesman about this meeting, and this was the response.
Thank you so much, sir. Anas Malik from WION. A question in English. Today there was a news item in Washington Post quoting sources that the CIA director has secretly met Mullah Abdul Ghani Baradar yesterday in Kabul. Can you confirm these reports? And if so, what was the purpose of this meeting? Thank you.
Political office has been holding meetings with all embassies present in Kabul, which includes the embassy of the United States. They are here to. They are meeting with them to assure everyone and to maintain diplomatic relations. We will not confirm. We cannot confirm that Mullah Baradar has met with the CIA director.
Trust the Americans to cut secret deals and trust the Taliban to play along. They're certainly pretending to be rulers, but can they lead? Nothing about the Taliban's history suggests that they can. Just look at some of the appointments they've made. On Monday, Haji Mohammad Idris was appointed the acting head of the Afghan Central Bank. His job sounds impossible. A currency at rock bottom, empty ATMs and surging inflation. Can the new central bank head turn it around? Well, the thing is, we don't know. Nobody knows who Haji Muhammad Idris is, where he studied, or what he's achieved so far. Apparently, he handled the Taliban's finances. But we're talking about managing a country's central bank. It's not the same thing. It is the same story with most appointees, in fact. The finance minister, the Kabul governor, the Kabul mayor, the education minister. Can these men handle a country? And more importantly, where are the women? What happened to the promise of women in government in Afghanistan under the Taliban? This will be a huge problem going forward. Afghanistan's technocrats have either fled or are too scared to work. Warlords and local drug mafia cannot replace them. So the Taliban are about to get a rude surprise. They have a country to rule, but they have no idea how to. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.